Today I'm going to show you a technique for transferring images from a magazine onto a prepared surface. Okay, to use gel transfer technique, you'll need a few things. You'll need your gel first of all. I use a matte gel medium, acrylic painting medium, but you can use gloss, that's fine, it'll just be glossy image. You'll need a surface. I'm going to use canvas today, but you can use a prepared board. You'll need some water and a paintbrush, some scissors and a pen. A spoon is good, you can use a roller as well, and you'll need your image. Okay, so first thing you need is your image. I've just chosen this one from the newspaper. I chose this one because it had nice clear lines and bold colours. I think it will transfer quite well. You need a copy of this in reverse, and you need it done on a laser printer, not an inkjet printer, because an inkjet won't work. Reverse is especially important if there's any text involved. So I've got my image, I need it to be the right size for my canvas, so I'm going to just quickly draw around that. And I need to cut out anything that I don't want to be in there. So for this one, I actually only want the birds, I don't want the ground. So you can cut that out, and you need to be quite careful cutting around the edges because it will get everything. So this is a bit of a tricky bit here with the feathers, but I'll actually probably just tear them so that it gives me a feathered edge. Okay, so now I've got my image. I've also cut out the little birds that were just in the corner of the frame. Now to get the image onto the canvas, you need to prepare your canvas. I've just put a little bit of paint on this so that it's not completely white. I will paint the gel onto the image, and I'm going to stick it down onto the canvas. I'm not going to worry too much about getting gel on my canvas because it will dry clear even though it's quite milky when it's wet. I'm going to put a good liberal amount on, trying not to stay too long on any one spot because it will start to lift that ink quite quickly. And now we'll stick the image down. Try not to move it around too much once it's down, and you want to try and get all the air bubbles out. And use a spoon to get any air bubbles out as best you can. A roller works quite well for smaller images that are on a harder surface, like a board. Okay, and so now we'll leave this to dry. It'll probably take a good hour. It will depend on how big it is, how much gel you've got on it, and how warm it is, of course, but you need to leave it until it's fully dry. So this is dry now. It's been about an hour, and it's ready to rub off. It's actually quite an easy process to get the paper off. It involves just water and your fingers, and so it's a matter of just dampening the paper and rubbing it off until the paper all rubs off. So you can start off with quite a bit of water, just get that paper quite saturated, and this is where you'll discover if there are any air bubbles too, because they'll leave little holes. Okay, so I've rubbed away pretty much all of the paper. You can still see there's still a little bit of residue that I can keep working on. The more you rub away, the more chance you have of developing little holes in the gel. You can varnish it, or you can use a bit of fat to put over the top. Fat is a product that you use for oil painting rather than butter or oil from your kitchen, although that may work, you can give that a go. That will sort of soak in and get rid of the last of the little paper residues and really kind of bring that black out. So this is a really easy technique to do at home. It's really great fun to play around with, and you can use your own images and photos, and it's an excellent technique to have at your disposal for adding to your works.